Everyone seems to love Chantilly Lace, but I've got a confession. I hate painting with it. Sure, it's bright, crisp, and popular, but it comes with serious downsides that most people don't talk about. Coverage? Terrible. Too bright in a lot of cases? Yes. Overused?
Absolutely.
But don't worry, because if you're looking for a stunning white paint that actually works in your space, I've got 3 better options you should consider instead. Are you looking for a full-service online color consultation? Check out the link below because we are offering a personalized color consultation service with Maria, our full-time consultant. You can have a back-and-forth communication to make sure you're picking the right colors for your space. Details are all below. So why all the Chantilly Lace hate from me? Well, from a painter's perspective, it's the coverage issues to start. Chantilly Lace doesn't cover well. And if you're painting over a darker color, you gotta be prepared for multiple coats. I'm talking at least 3, at the very minimum. I've even had situations where we used Chantilly Lace over an off-white color, and it took like 4 or 5 coats before it actually looked proper. It's a bit of a to-do. Number 2, it's just too bright for many spaces. It's overly high light reflectance value makes it blindingly bright in a lot of rooms. Essentially, it has the highest LRV of any paint color that Benjamin Moore makes, which means it's going to reflect the maximum amount of light, which sounds good in theory. But in practicality, if you have a lot of natural light, it can make the color feel very sterile, cold, very stark, just overpowering. Number 3, overused and not always the best choice. Because it's so well known, it gets all the buzz online or the hate. People pick it without thinking about their space. They just assume it's automatically going to be the best white out there because it's the brightest. But there are better whites that still feel clean and bright, but are more balanced and maybe more catered to your project or your space. The first one would be Distant Gray, which is a cool white alternative. If you love the crispness of Chantilly Lace, but want something with maybe slightly better coverage, Distant Gray is a great option. It also has a cooler lane, which is nice because I find Chantilly Lace can sometimes have this like sickly, greeny glow in some cases, usually a lighting concern rather than the paint itself. Distant Gray goes enough into the cool direction where it gives you this very subtle blue cool undertone, making it feel really clean, giving it this softened cool white feel. It won't go totally icy, but it still keeps that fresh modern look, perfect for contemporary spaces. So if you're cool with a cooler white, this is one to check out. Number 2 is going to be White Dove, one of my favorite warm white alternatives to Chantilly Lace. White Dove to me is just a softer, warmer, more pleasant, cozy alternative to Chantilly Lace that works in almost any space. Yes, it does have that hint of creaminess that takes it into a very different direction, admittedly. I find it to be more of an inviting color, a cozier, more comfortable white, without going into yellow territory, which can also be a little off-putting to some people. This is a color that is a designer favorite for walls, trim, and especially cabinets. One of my favorite cabinet off-whites to use, period. But number 3, my go-to crisp white. I'll recommend this over Chantilly Lace 9 times out of 10, not quite 10. It's called Super White. This is my personal favorite when I need a clean, bright white that actually works. It's just a little bit softer than Chantilly Lace, which means it won't feel too harsh, and it is my top choice for trim, doors, and ceilings because it pairs beautifully with almost any wall color, and it has pretty good coverage compared to Chantilly Lace, which makes painting with it so much easier. So before you go all in on Chantilly Lace, my friend, think twice, please. If you want a white that actually works in your space, try one of these instead. Do you have a favorite white paint? Drop it in the comments because I'd love to hear what you use. And that's it.